Hello everybody, this is Mr. Hutchinson and I'm here doing my first book talk. I'm kind of excited about that, and nervous. But this book, Ada's Violin, is a book about how music can transform and raise the human spirit. If I had to use a quote that captures this entire story, written by Susan Hood and illustrated by Sally Werner Comport, it'd be this quote. They had discovered the surprise waiting in the landfill. Buried in the trash was music. This book, if I had to think about some of the big themes that I've found throughout the book and some of the other books that I've read, would be diversity, equity, and creativity. In Ada's Violin, this story takes place in a small country called Paraguay, and specifically in the capital of Asunción. And within the capital of Paraguay, the story takes place in a small town called Catera, which is built entirely out of trash. 15 tons of trash are dumped in this small town every single day. And you can see how Sarah Comport has illustrated that. But if you look to the picture to the right here, you'll notice that this is what it really does look like in that small town. You'll notice that the water is really polluted and the kids are playing in the trash area. This is where these students or these kids actually grew. And if you are born in the wrong place, you don't always have the right to dream. And some of these students may not have the ability or the right to dream other dreams than what they are living in. However, there are life-changing moments that do happen. And in this story, there was a life-changing moment for Ada, the main character, her younger sister. It was when her grandmother saw a sign. And that sign said that there was violin, guitar, cello lessons that were going to be held on Saturday at 8 a.m. And the teacher's name was Fabio Chavez. Now, this moment was amazing because this was the moment where Ada's life was about to change. They attended the first class, but began to realize that there weren't enough instruments for all the students. So Fabio's friend, Cola, started to take the trash from where these kids lived and began to transform that into instruments. With creativity and perseverance, Fabio and Cola were able to create saxophones, violins, cellos, and guitars. And with perseverance, Ada and her sister and the other members of this orchestra, the recycled orchestra, began to become better and better and began to create some really beautiful music. These individuals, they influenced the world. Ada and the other members of the orchestra began to travel around the world. And with her violin, Ada could close her eyes and imagine a different life. She could soar on the high, bright, bittersweet notes to a place far away. She could be who she was meant to be. And so were the other students and members of that orchestra. And they traveled as far away as Hollywood. This story captures the spirit of creativity and perseverance and overcoming adversity, but also through their diversity, become better people and better individuals. And they began to rise out of their situation to become something more, or to become who they had dreamed that they could be. I also recommend this book if you were starting a unit or starting a makerspace in your library. This book captures the whole idea that making is the art of creating and transforming something with your hands and transforming it into something new. Taking something from your mind, using your hands to create. I left, if those individuals who are interested in seeing these students, the actual students and the teacher, I put a link here. It's a link about a movie on a little small clip from 60 Minutes that shows you who these individuals really are, because this book is based on their lives. I really did enjoy this book talk, and I hope to do many more.